Hey, good morning. Let's check what has to say Bitcoin, what we are expecting this week and what we are expecting today, because the price action clearly is showing us some interesting patterns that we can't just ignore, okay? So let's start. First of all, let's go to the weekly chart and let's see what's here. And you can see clearly that we are inside the range of this candle for quite a while already, but we are not gonna be fixing on that because lately we've got another range which is basically this range, okay, this one and this one. And what happened last week was basically we just broke this level, okay, and closed all the way down here, which is basically a CRT candle, which is showing that is gonna go down. How down? Probably at 65,000 is where I see liquidity waiting to be taken, somewhere around here between 64 to 65,000 is the levels that I'm expecting this week to reach. But before going down, of course, we have to get some kind of a wick here, then after go down. So for that, let's go and check it out, the daily chart, and see what the daily is saying to us. Basically, the daily is saying that, do you see here this level? Good. We have an order block, OB minus, which is going downwards, and this order block is potentially a huge order block. Why? Because I call this order block a strong order block because it basically broke this low here, okay? So by doing that means that here there are lots of selling pressure power, which as soon as we reach this level it's gonna go down. The second thing I would like to show you is that we also got, based on the market structure, okay, break of structure here, okay, boss. Remember that needs to be closed with a body. Therefore, we have here our lower high and here we have our lower low. In this case, what we need to do is the following. Look, this level, first of all, it's the protected high, which means that the sellers are gonna try to fight for this zone, okay, so it's not taken. That's the first thing we do. Second thing is we drop our Fibonacci tool and we see that this zone, basically what we have is pretty much a good fair value gap here. Okay, let's just fair value gap down. And this fair value gap is gonna also help us push the price down. What's more interesting is that here at this zone, okay, this zone, we have tons of liquidity waiting to be taken out. And what I'm looking for the price is just to come here, take this liquidity, and somewhere around here on the golden zone, see a change of character here. It can be market structure shift as well, which basically is pretty much the same. It's a shift that it's clearly showing us the downside pressure is already there and we should aim to short there. And another thing that I would suggest you doing is just to find candle like this, which is basically a hammer candle, inversed shooting the star or inversed hammer, doesn't really matter. The point is that we need to see that the price went up and then closed down within the range, of course. And from here, what we can really expect, it's a short trade here, which easily can give us 1 to 7 trade but if we go here, which is where the long-term liquidity is resting, we can be getting 1 to 8 risk reward short, which could be a pretty good one. Of course, I would say and I would suggest that at this level, at 67,300 zone, take 50% break even and let the other 50% run until the next target. That's gonna be a bit lower, 1 to 6 probably, the overall risk reward, but I always think that it's better to get something than risking anything at all, okay? So this is how I see the market. The downwards pressure is there. We have the weekly down, the daily down. So we need a week up and then after go down. And not only that, but Trump also is threatening that ground invasion could be the solution of the Iranian war. So that's another thing that we need to be a bit of cautious. And yeah, that's all. If you like my content, please subscribe because I'm gonna be making this on a daily basis so you don't miss it. Okay, see you in the next one. Bye.